Now, if you believe that there are these gods who inhabit the physical universe who are in charge of things, it's really easy to see that this God was mad at that person because that person got cut that person was using a hammer and slammed their finger with a hammer, got an infection and died. Which God would you blame for that? Whose symbol is the hammer? Hephaestus. Hephaestus is the god of what? Forge. Fire and forge is a fancy way. Forge will work. He's the armor of the gods, blacksmith of the gods. The Romans called him Vulcan. There we go, like a volcano, right? Forge, melting fire, volcano, red hot, Vulcan, Rome. Okay, all right. Anyway, all that is an aside. That in the ancient world, you lived in a place where hardly anybody ever lives to old age, where most people are killed by something. And if you live in a place where there are all these gods, and it's easy to say the gods are killing people because of this or that, you show disrespect to Hephaestus, you hit your finger with a hammer, you got infected, you died. It's easy to make these kind of connections. Now, in thinking about death, looking at dead bodies and looking at living bodies, there's all kinds of differences. You and I could come up with 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 really fast differences, but the one that struck the Greeks the most was that dead bodies don't breathe. They focused on that breath. That somehow that's the big difference for the Greeks between dead people and living people is dead people don't breathe. And you can see how it's easy to think about the breath itself as having some kind of connection to life. And the Greeks believed that when someone died, their spirit, which is kind of like a breath, kind of like air, kind of like a fuzzy, kind of cloudy, kind of air, like body shape kind of thing, left the body because that breath isn't there anymore. And so there must be something like breath that has left the body. This is what the Greeks called the psyche, the spirit.